Hello and welcome to National Herald. This is Danish bin Nabi. Our guest today is none other than Dr. Farooq Abdullah. The upcoming state elections, BJP's iron fist policies, and future of Jammu and Kashmir are some of the questions that I shall raise with former Chief Minister and Union Minister. Mr. Abdullah, welcome to National Herald.
Thank you.
Mr. Abdullah, do you think or do you believe that the current dispensation is willing to hold an election in Jammu and Kashmir?
I think they have no other way out. Election will have to be held. 3 years is a long time. And I think the Home Minister came and he promised in Baramulla that the elections will soon take place. We hope it will happen.
And you do hope that elections are going to take place?
I think so, yes.
But you don't have any official confirmation as of now?
It's not the question of confirmation. You see, the Election Commission has already started its proceedings. The electoral rolls have been revised. Almost all things are being done towards that process.
What's your expectation? Are we seeing an election in March, April, or?
I do not know. It's a question of Government of India's Election Commission's decision as to when they will hold it.
Isn't this worrying that 2.5 million new voters have been added to the electoral rolls?
Well, we have already discussed this before. We've already put this before the people. But if people come out and if people have, the younger lot who are over 18 have registered themselves, I'm not afraid of those who are there. It will not make much difference. So, it's our people that must come out and vote.
So Dr. Farooq Abdullah is actually, and the National Conference is actually banking on the new voters, the new youth that are above 18 years.
You're wrong. We are not banking on any new voters. We are banking on the people.
But how can
Whether they are new voters or they are old voters, it doesn't matter.
But how can we counter this 2.5 million new voters?
How does it matter? What does it matter? If our people come out, we are much more than they added that they have added. And how are they sure that those that they have added will vote for them? How? Are they sure that they'll vote for them?
So to counter this 2.5, Kashmiris need to come out in large numbers and vote.
Everyone has to come out and vote.
Irrespective of the ideological differences.
Everything has to be forgotten and they have to come out and vote.
And if we do not vote, then?
Then whatever is tragedy, that they will follow and they will be responsible for the tragedies that are going to follow.
You have obviously talked about this new electoral rolls. But are you going to protest in the courts, or are you going to do anything for these new?
I think everybody is doing it. It's not only National Conference that is doing it. All other parties are doing it, except BJP. Everybody is speaking about it and taking actions about it.
Is National Conference currently ready to fight the elections?
Why not? We've been ready for years. We're not afraid of fighting elections.
Is your cadre ready?
Why not? Then would the president speak if the cadre was not ready?
Would you contest election on the PAGD platform, or NC is going alone in the elections?
Look, this is a matter when the elections will come, we'll decide about it.
As of now, there is nothing about PAGD or you going with PAGD.
We are not going to break PAGD. The People's Party that has joined in this thing.
But there is a...
And why are people afraid of it? Why are you asking repeatedly the same question?
Because, let me tell you why. Because there is a perception among the public, in the public rather.
There's always a perception. That perception will continue.
But are perceptions right sometimes?
You know that there is also perception in people, whether there is heaven or hell. But can you deny that Quran is very clear about it? That there is hell and there is heaven? Perceptions can be anything. We know what we are going to do. It's not time for us to tell you what we are going to do.
How do you see the current political dispensation of BJP? Do you think that Mr. Modi has killed the legacy of Mr. Vajpayee in Kashmir?
I don't think I have to answer that question. Vajpayee legacy cannot be killed by anyone.
Not even by Mr. Narendra
No,
Modi?
nobody can kill it. It's a part of history. Insaniyat, Jamhuriyat, Kashmiriyat. That nobody can forget.
But was Farooq Abdullah, as an individual, as a politician, expecting that Prime Minister Narendra Modi would not follow Vajpayee's doctrine?
See, I do not know what he will follow. I cannot speak for him. And I am not in a position to speak for him.
Dr. Farooq Abdullah, if you have to define Prime Minister Narendra Modi in one word, what would that be?
Well, he's Prime Minister of India. He's Prime Minister of me. Every Indian, he is Prime Minister.
So, for you, that one word will be the Prime Minister.
He is Prime Minister of every Indian, irrespective of his religion, his caste, his
ideology,
creed, his ideology, or where he belongs.
Which includes Dr. Farooq Abdullah as well.
He is Prime Minister of all of us. Let's be clear about that.
After you met him on, I guess, on August 1st or August 2nd, in 2009, before the abrogation of special status. 2019, sorry. So, what was your... How did that meeting go?
It went very well.
And you did not imagine that he is going to abrogate it after only a few days?
No, we didn't know. None of us. We were three of us. Myself, Umar, and Justice Masoodi. None of us had that impression.
And then you were put behind detention.
Part of life.
Part of politics?
Part of life.
And that too under...
And I'm glad I was in because I was able to...
Was it a learning process for Dr. Farooq?
I was able to read so many tafsirs and understand my own religion, which in many ways I didn't know.
Oh, pretty interesting. Can you tell me the name of one tafsir that you read?
I read Dr. Very famous Dr. Nasir from Pakistan, who has written 7 volumes, and it was wonderful reading that, and many other also. That was kind enough by friends who advised me to read them.
And after that detention got over, we saw Dr. Farooq Abdullah more often quoting from Quran, more often quoting from Hadith.
You see, I will not say that I am fully, that I can understand God, that I know. It's impossible. God is, His book is too wide, too vast, beyond anybody's imagination. If one says that I understand Islam, he's wrong. It's too wide. But at least it gave me a path, it gave me a direction. But what is right and what is wrong, and how to live life, what is left of me.
Do you think, or do you feel that you must have read this tafsir many years ago in your life so that
you see, you know, unfortunately, the life we lead in politics and the life I have to lead is full of tragedies and full of ups and downs. Never did I have peace. At least I didn't have peace. There was trouble all the time. So,
फारूक साहब, आपकी पॉलिटिकल लाइफ का सबसे लोवेस्ट पॉइंट कौन रहा है?
मेरा कोई लोवेस्ट और कोई हाईएस्ट नहीं. My life went through turmoil that everybody goes. My father went for far greater turmoil than I did. More than half of his life he spent in jail.
And you were there always with him?
You see, my father was never there. It was my mother who was close to us all the time. It's our mother who was father and mother both.
Farooq sir, what about Ghulam Nabi Azad? What do you think of him? What do you make of his moves?
I don't know what his moves are.
Would that be good for our state or bad?
I don't know. Time will show.
We have to wait for the time.
Yes, we have to wait.
Any back channels with Azad sir? Between?
I have no back channels with anyone.
With no back?
No.
Not even in New Delhi?
No, I don't have back channels.
Farooq sir, very importantly, you have been a proponent of talks between India and Pakistan. Why do you think that these talks are important?
It's a long-standing problem. Ever since...
Kashmir is a long-standing problem.
Yeah, it's a long-standing problem. It is in the Security Council resolutions. And Pakistan and India, unless they come together, the tragedies will never end. See, because whenever there has been any tragedy that has been struck by Pakistan, it is not only the Pakistan and Indian tragedy, it is a tragedy of people. The Indian Muslims suffer because of these tragedies.
And because of the animosity
we are
between two
considered
nations.
as Pakistanis, as terrorists, whereas we have nothing to do with that. We're part of this land. We're born here, we'll die here.
But why they are not talking? Why the present political dispensation is not talking to them?
That is a question you should ask them. Farooq Abdullah cannot answer for the government of India. I'm not a member of government of India, therefore I cannot answer.
And for betterment,
My request is, I've always requested that when you can talk to China,
why not Pakistan?
why not Pakistan? What is wrong? Every time you poke your fingers at them, but
It's
that way
better
you will
for us
never
to,
be able to solve
have a
problems.
dialogue with them.
You will never be able to solve problems. Problem is there. Let's be frank about it. It is there.
But the BJP is saying that they are going to take that part of Kashmir as well. Would it be possible?
Please let them take it if they can. Who stops them? I'm not in power to say you stop. No, let them try. Who says no?
But the dialogue is must between the two.
Every person who realizes the reality, without talks you can never solve. Even the Prime Minister himself had said, war is not a way out. The option of war is over. He himself declared it between Ukraine and Russia.
But
war is not an option.
But at the same time, when it comes to Pakistan, he says that he is going to take back the other side of the Kashmir.
I don't know about this. I haven't heard Prime Minister say this.
Farooq sir, there have been also charges against you as far as the Jammu and Kashmir Cricket Association is concerned.
Yes.
Are these charges politically motivated?
Let me tell you, it is sub judice. And Farooq Abdullah to speak about it would be wrong.
So,
Time will prove whether I'm honest or I'm dishonest.
so we need to wait for the court.
Yes.
Dr. Abdullah, my last question before I wind up this short interview with you. At the age of 84,
86.
80, okay, fine. Thanks for the correction. At the age of 86, we saw you singing, we saw you riding a mule, and we saw you driving through the rugged terrains of Kishtwar region. What keeps you motivated? What keeps you going? Where does this energy come from?
You see, it's Allah's help to me. I think I will not sleep till I see the state of Jammu and Kashmir restored and our right to Article 370 and 35 restored. I will sleep after that is done.
But are they going to restore all the three?
Time will show.
And you are confident
If
about
you want people's heart and you want their people's love, you will never be able to get the people's love unless you restore their respect.
But you are a
and their
senior,
honor.
but you are a senior politician and have a vast experience. Do you think they need people's hearts and minds?
It's a question of there is no other way. There's no other way. And they'll continue to have trouble, not only in Jammu and Kashmir,
And
in
Dr.
the rest of the country.
And Dr. Farooq Abdullah will not sleep till he sees restoration of
I hope that
statehood,
God doesn't allow me
Article
to sleep.
370 and 35A.
I hope Allah doesn't take me away before that is done.
How do you see the future of Jammu and Kashmir after abrogation of Article 370?
Well, you have seen yourself. Why do you ask me? Ask an ordinary person.
But what about
Is he
our
better
future?
off? Is he better off?
What about our future?
Tell me. They said terrorism will stop. Did it stop?
No.
Have Kashmiri Hindus and Muslims and Sikhs not been killed ever since that day? Has it ended? Are people happy? Are you seeing that they are happy just because tourism is up? Do you think people are happy? People are not happy. Whether in here, whether in Jammu, whether in Ladakh. You go and ask them. Have they really felt any difference? Yes. They've gone down. From what Ghulam Nabi Azad spoke about comparing Kashmir and Gujarat in the Parliament, Rajya Sabha. Where do we stand today? People should look into this.
So our future is dark?
I don't think so. I think one should never be pessimist. I'm an optimist. And I believe things will change.
I hope that things will change.
I hope so. Why not?
We all hope so.
We have hope in Allah. And I'm sure Allah sees all this.
Dr. Abdullah, let's have our hope in Allah. Thank you for talking to National Herald.
God bless.